Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We're going to be doing a detailed breakdown of this book, and by the end of this video, you're going to have a super clear understanding of the Think and Grow Rich philosophy that could bring you a fortune. This book asks the question, what makes a winner? For some people, this book and its author are considered controversial, but for so many others, they swear that this book changed their lives. We'll be going over topics like the 7 positive and negative emotions, how to use autosuggestion, sexual transmutation, and much more, as well as delving into more abstract topics such as the subconscious mind and the infinite intelligence. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video where we tie together everything that we've learnt and we go over all the action steps that you can take to get started with the Think and Grow Rich method immediately. Let's jump into it. Introduction. Thoughts are things. Truly, thoughts are things, and powerful things at that when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches or other material objects. The Inventor and the Tramp. Many years ago, a man by the name of Edwin Barnes had a burning desire to become a business associate of the great inventor Thomas Edison. What began as just a thought became reality. When this desire flashed into his mind, he did not know Edison, nor did he have any plans or answers as to how he would make it a reality. He did not even have enough money for the train ticket. All he had was a burning desire. Most would have given up at this point, but Barnes hitched a ride on a freight train all the way to New Jersey. He presented himself to Edison and proclaimed his intentions of becoming Edison's business partner. Thomas Edison later said, "He stood there before me like an ordinary tramp, but there was something about the expression of his face which conveyed the impression he was determined to get what he had come after. I had learnt from years of experience that when a man really desires something so deeply that he's willing to stake his entire future on a single turn of the wheel in order to get it, he is sure to win. I gave him the opportunity he had asked for because I saw he had made up his mind to stand by until he succeeded. Subsequent events proved no mistake had been made. Although by no means was he made a partner on that first day, he was, however, given a role and slowly over the years did end up becoming Edison's business partner and an exceptionally wealthy man." In other words, thought impulses can be turned into material rewards. 3 feet from gold. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Before success in anyone's life is achieved, failures and temporary defeats are sure to arise. All too often, success comes just one step beyond the point at which defeat has overtaken you. You just need to hold on and persevere through these temporary defeats. More than 500 of the most successful individuals this country has ever known have told me that their greatest success came just one step beyond the point at which defeat had overtaken them. Failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony and cunning. It takes great delight in tripping one when success is almost within reach. You are the master of your fate and captain of your soul. Everyone has the ability to control their thoughts, so therefore they are able to control their fate. Our brains become magnetized with the dominating thoughts we hold in our minds. By means which no one fully understands, these dominating thoughts, like magnets, attract to us the forces, the people, the circumstances of life which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. Principle 1. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. It was not hope, it was not a wish, it was a keen pulsating desire which transcended everything else. It was definite. This is the first step towards riches. Hill stresses that desire is not just a wish or a hope. It must be a burning desire, such that it is a consuming obsession, backed by definiteness and persistence. There is a legend of an ancient commander and his army which was greatly outnumbered. They sailed for miles and reached the shores of the enemy. He ordered his men to disembark onto the beach, but the commander knew that the greatest enemy of all was fear. Inspired by this belief, he eliminated the only possible source of retreat. "Burn the ships," he commanded. "You see the boats going up in smoke? That means that we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish. In order to be successful, you must be willing to burn the ships and eliminate all sources of retreat and surrender. Only then will you have a state of mind that is conducive with a burning desire to win. When Barnes visited Thomas Edison, Barnes did not say, "I will try to induce Edison to give me a job of some sort." He said, "I will see Edison and inform him that I have come to go into business with him." He did not say, "I will work there for a few months, and if I get no encouragement, I will quit my unfulfilling job." He said, "I will start anywhere and do anything Edison tells me to do, but before I am through, I will be his associate." He did not say, "I will keep my eyes open for another opportunity in case I fail to get what I want in the Edison organization." He said, "There is but one thing in the world that I am determined to have, and that is a business association with Thomas Edison. I will burn all bridges around me and stake my entire future on my ability to get what I want." Columbus dreamt of an unknown world, staked his life on the existence of such a world, and discovered it. Copernicus, the great astronomer, dreamt of a multiplicity of worlds and revealed them. Marconi dreamt of a system for harnessing the intangible forces of the ether and revealed the radio to the world. Dreams are the seedlings of reality. No one is ready for a thing until they believe they can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. Closed minds do not inspire faith, courage, and belief. Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty. Hill outlines 6 steps to achieving your desire to be applied with the other 12 principles. The method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent consists of 6 definite and practical steps. 1. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. This number cannot be vague, it must be an exact amount. 2. Determine exactly what you will give in return for that money. 3. Establish a definite date that you want to be in possession of the money. 4. Create a definite plan for attaining your desire and begin immediately. 5. Take steps 1 to 4 and summarize them into a clear and concise statement of the amount, deadline, and plan to achieve it. 6. Read this statement aloud twice a day when you wake up in the morning and once again before you sleep. When reading aloud, you must visualize yourself already in possession of that money. Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and backing those plans with persistence, which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. Here is an example of a written statement. By the first day of September, I will have in my possession $250,000, which will come to me in various amounts during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable in my capacity as founder of the XYZ startup. I believe that I will have this money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can now see this money before my eyes. I am awaiting a plan, and I will follow the plan when it is received. Tailor the written statement to match your own desire and sign your name at the bottom. You will be using this written statement when it comes to the principle of autosuggestion. Creative visualization. Napoleon Hill's instructions to see yourself as you will be when you have already achieved your goal is what modern-day motivational experts call creative visualization. You can think of this process in just the same way as athletes visualize the outcome of a game or a fight before it has occurred. This method is explored in more detail in the principle of autosuggestion. The other you. Every failure brings with it a seed of an equivalent success. When you focus only on your failures in life, you attract more negativity to yourself. Try to instead cultivate a friendship with what Hill refers to as the other you. You can think of the other you as an alter ego that recognizes no defeat. Make this side of you an ally that shares your goals and your desires. Principle 2. Faith. Visualization of and belief in attainment of desire. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with the vibration of thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it to the infinite intelligence. Faith. Look around at some of the biggest companies in the world. They all began as thoughts in the minds of one or two people. There are fortunes being made around you every single day, and those fortunes began as ideas. Only when you actually believe and have faith that you can attain your desire will you be ready to do so. Your faith can be developed through ongoing affirmations and visualization of your desire. Faith is one of the most powerful positive emotions we have, alongside sex and love. Through the power of these three emotions, we are able to reach our subconscious mind. These thoughts can then be translated and received by the infinite intelligence. In reality, faith is a state of mind which you can foster through repeated signals to the subconscious mind. Hill refers to this practice throughout the book as autosuggestion. People eventually become their thought patterns, and when your thoughts are dominated by positive emotions and a burning desire, all forces are guided towards acts and deeds that accomplish that desire. Strange forces. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. Your thoughts are like a magnetic force that attracts similar thought patterns that are in harmony with your own. Your thoughts begin to become real in the physical world. You manifest reality. Similarly, the subconscious mind cannot differentiate between positive and negative thought patterns. So someone who feels like they are destined to be poor and only fill their subconscious mind with negative thoughts attract just that. There are millions of people who believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of this negative belief, which is picked up by their subconscious mind and translated into its physical equivalent. Planting seeds. Thoughts which are mixed with any of the feelings of emotions constitute a magnetic force, which attracts from the vibrations of the ether other similar or related thoughts. A thought thus magnetized with emotion may be compared to a seed which, when planted in fertile soil, germinates, grows, and multiplies itself over and over again, until that which was originally once a small seed becomes countless millions of seeds of the same brand. The main idea is that any idea, goal, or purpose can be planted into your subconscious mind through repetition. Again, be careful what you think about, because the subconscious mind cannot in any way differentiate between constructive and destructive thoughts. Principle 3. Autosuggestion. The medium for influencing the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts upon only thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feeling. Autosuggestion is a vehicle which we can use to stimulate and guide our subconscious mind to work for us. How you view the world and view yourself is what your subconscious mind takes in. It cannot differentiate between positive or negative thoughts. So if your thoughts are generally negative, your subconscious mind will get to work at manifesting those negative thoughts into reality. We want to try and flush out these negative thoughts and emotions and replace them with seeds of positive thoughts and emotions. We can achieve this through autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the vehicle which we can use to stimulate and guide our subconscious mind to work for us. This process is achieved by repeated self-suggestions that use the 5 senses. In order for our suggestions to the subconscious mind to have an impact, they first need to be mixed with emotion. Here is how you can stimulate and guide the subconscious mind. First, go to a quiet place, close your eyes, and repeat aloud the amount of money you intend to accumulate, the time limit for its accumulation, and a description of the service or product you intend to give in return. By the first day of September, I will have in my possession $250,000, which will come to me in various amounts during the interim. In return for this money, I will give the most efficient service of which I am capable in my capacity as founder of the XYZ startup. I believe that I will have this money in my possession. My faith is so strong that I can now see this money before my eyes. I am awaiting a plan, and I will follow that plan when it's received. Second, Repeat this statement night and morning until you can see in your imagination the money you intend to accumulate. Lastly, place a written copy of your statement where you can see it in the morning and night. Read it just before bed and again upon arising until it has been memorized. These instructions at first may seem abstract or even silly, and skepticism is normal for all human beings. Do not let this disturb you. Stick to the plan, and soon skepticism will be overcome by belief. You'll begin to notice your mind thinking about how to make more money and everything else less, and through repetition, you voluntarily create thought habits that can influence the subconscious mind and transmute your desire into its monetary equivalent. Reading out your statement once is easy. What is challenging is turning these into thought habits by continual daily repetitions until the desire is achieved. Remember, we can't just read the statement once and expect results. We need to be bombarding the subconscious mind with positive thoughts directed towards our desire over time. And we cannot allow any space for negative thoughts and emotions to flourish. Continual repetition of the statement will begin to open the universe to your thoughts. You will have a heightened awareness of ideas and insights that will come to you in the form of hunches and inspiration, and the universe will guide you towards the plan of achieving your desire. Your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend very largely upon your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. Continual repetition of the statement will begin to open the universe to your thoughts. Principle 4. Specialized knowledge, personal experiences or observations. Wealth is often accumulated from having specialized knowledge. However, knowledge in itself does not create wealth. Knowledge only becomes power when it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. Knowledge can be general or specialized. General knowledge is of little use in wealth accumulation. Specialized knowledge of the service or product you intend to provide is required in return for wealth. He'll suggest to identify the specialized knowledge you need for your product or service, and then to attain that knowledge instead of just working with what current knowledge you have. Principle 5. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. The impulse, the desire, is given shape, form, and action through the aid of the imaginative faculty of the mind. If you want to make your desire a reality, you need to add imagination with specialized knowledge. 2 forms of imagination. Hill explains there are 2 different forms of imagination: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Our only limitation within reason lies in the development and use of our imagination. Synthetic imagination is arranging concepts and ideas into new combinations. This type of imagination is primarily used to attain wealth. Creative imagination is through the use of hunches and inspiration to better read the subconscious minds of others. Great leaders become very good at this type of imagination. Imagination is like a muscle. Both types of imagination become stronger with use and weaker without use. The infinite intelligence. For famed psychologist Carl Jung, infinite intelligence was the collective unconscious. Psychologists nowadays may refer to the infinite intelligence as being in the zone or in the flow state. For most people, it is hard to imagine that thoughts can be something tangible. But if everything in the universe is made up of matter or energy, and thoughts create energy by sending little packets of photons throughout the brain, are they not in some regard something tangible? Are they creating small vibrations out into the universe? With quantum physics, the quantum realm, and theoretical science like string theory, it has never been easier to imagine a world where in fact our consciousness is somehow connected to the universe and others around us in ways we don't yet fully understand. Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Ideas are the products of the imagination. Principle 6. Organized planning. The crystallization of desire into action. Millions of people go through life in misery and poverty because they lack a sound plan through which to accumulate a fortune. Our plans are organized and planned in the workshop of our imagination. You should become part of a group, otherwise known as a mastermind. Ally yourself with like-minded individuals that you will need for the creation and deployment of your plans. Decide in advance what advantages or benefits you will offer the other members, be it monetary or otherwise. Meet with the mastermind group at least twice a week until you have jointly perfected the plan. Maintain complete harmony between the mastermind members and yourself. A quitter never wins and a winner never quits. If your first plans fail, replace them with other plans until you find plans which reach the desire. This principle rewards those who persist until successful and weeds out the people who want success but only if it's not difficult. Leaders and followers. It is no disgrace to be a follower. On the other hand, it is no credit to remain a follower. Most great leaders began in the capacity of followers. They became great leaders because they were intelligent followers. If you find yourself under someone else's leadership, make sure you use that opportunity to gain knowledge. The major attributes of leadership. You need to evolve into a leader in your field to acquire riches. However, in the beginning, you may start as an intelligent follower. Napoleon Hill explains 11 important factors of leadership. 1. Unwavering courage. No one will follow someone without self-confidence. 2. Self-control. If you can't control yourself, how can you control others? 3. A keen sense of justice. You need to be fair. 4. Definiteness of decision. No second-guessing yourself. 5. Definiteness of plans. Plan your work and work your plan. 6. The habit of doing more than paid for. Do more than your followers would be willing to do. 7. A pleasing personality. Respect is linked to positive personality traits. 8. Sympathy and understanding. 9. Mastery of detail. Get good at the small details. 10. Willingness to assume full responsibility. Take ownership of your mistakes and don't shift the blame to others. 11. Cooperation. 10 minds working together are better than one. In the book, this principle also covers the 10 negative traits of leaders. However, most of these are just the opposite of the successful leadership traits we just went over. Moreover, if you stick to these important factors of leadership, you will avoid all these mistakes. Reasons people fail. Hill also lists 30 main reasons people fail in life, which includes things like lack of purpose, lack of education, ill health, lack of self-discipline, procrastination, overcaution, lack of capital, and egotism. Principle 7. Decision. The mastery of procrastination. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. Procrastination must be conquered for success to flourish. Successful people reach definite decisions quickly and change their decisions slowly. People who fail to accumulate wealth do the opposite, and they are often too easily influenced by the opinions of others. Close friends and relatives, while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions. Thousands of men and women carry inferiority complexes with them all through their life, because some well-meaning but ignorant person destroyed their confidence through opinions or ridicule. Be careful when you heed the opinions of others. Your desire needs to be your own desire, but if you are influenced easily by others, you will have no desire of your own. When you have a definite purpose with a burning desire, you can reach decisions in your life quickly and stand by those decisions you have made. Indecisiveness is a habit. It can begin to develop in your adolescence and grow stronger as you age. Freedom or death on a decision. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Becoming definite in your decisions requires courage. People who talk too much tend not to do anything else but just talk. Be a doer, not a talker. The book advises you to use your mouth less and your eyes and your ears more. Just a quick interruption. If you're finding this content useful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out on more videos like this in the future. Principle 8. Persistence. The sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Desire and willpower. Persistence is essential in transforming desire into its monetary equivalent. When you can combine desire with strong willpower, they become a formidable pair. Lack of persistence is very common among people. Without persistence, you will fail before you have even begun. People who develop persistence know that every failure carries with it a seed of an equivalent advantage. For people with persistence, they know that failures are only temporary and that they will eventually reach their goal. Persistence has a direct correlation to the intensity of your desire. Weak desires bring weak results, just as a small amount of fire makes a small amount of heat. You can remedy a lack of persistence by intensifying or building a stronger fire beneath your desire. Poverty conscious versus money conscious. Fortunes gravitate to those whose minds have been prepared to attract them, just as surely as water gravitates to the ocean. In the absence of money consciousness driven by persistence and desire, a poverty mindset will naturally fill the void. Poverty consciousness will voluntarily seize the mind which is not occupied with the money consciousness. Persistence is a state of mind. Persistence is a state of mind, therefore it can be cultivated. Here are 8 ways to develop a persistent state of mind. 1. Purpose. Know what you want. 2. Desire. 3. Self-reliance. Believe in your abilities. 4. Definiteness of plans. Plans encourage persistence. 5. Accurate knowledge. Guessing destroys persistence. Knowing encourages persistence. 6. Cooperation. Be willing to work with others. 7. Willpower. 8. Habit. Persistence is the direct result of building daily habits. The fear of criticism. People refuse to take chances in business because they fear the criticism which may follow if they fail. The fear of criticism in such cases is stronger than the desire of success. The fear of criticism is the opposite of persistence. Most people allow others to influence their lives so much so that the fear of criticism outweighs the will to be persistent. Fear of failure becomes stronger than the desire to be successful, and when fear is greater than desire, you will fail. Most ideas are stillborn and need the breath of life injected into them through definite plans of immediate action. The fear of criticism is at the bottom of the destruction of most ideas which never reach the planning and action stage. 4 steps to develop persistence. 1. A definite purpose backed by a burning desire, knowing exactly what you want and having a desire to achieve it. This can't be a vague desire, it needs to be crystal clear in your mind. 2. A definite plan, a written plan that is expressed in continuous action. 3. A mind closed to negativity, a mind that repels negative thoughts and influences. 4. A friendly alliance with other like-minded people to share encouragement and purpose. Developing persistence will allow you to control your own economic destiny. Principle 9. The power of the mastermind, the driving force. If you want to get where you're going faster, then you need to find people who can guide you towards that goal faster. A speedier arrival at your desire can be achieved through the power of the mastermind. Power is required for the accumulation of money and then the retention of that money. Organized knowledge is essential for success, and it is achieved through the coordination of effort of 2 or more people working in harmony. No 2 minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, intangible force which may be likened to a third mind. Napoleon Hill suggests to form a group of 12 or less people, and the smaller the better. Principle 10. The mystery of sex transmutation, the 10th step to riches. Sexual desire. The word transmute means the changing or transferring of one element or form of energy into another. Sexual desire is the most powerful of all the human desires, and when you're able to harness this energy, it can be directed towards developing a keenness of imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, creativity, and the accumulation of wealth. Genius is developed through the 6th sense. Sex transmutation will lift one to the status of a genius. Keep in mind that just having this energy is not enough. This energy must first be transmuted from a desire for physical contact into another desire, such as art, literature, or the accumulation of riches, before the status of genius can be achieved. Mind stimuli. A mind stimuli is anything that makes your mind vibrate on a higher frequency and gives you enthusiasm, creativity, and intense desire. The motivational power of sex is stronger than any other stimulant, and it can lift your mind to a higher plane which could otherwise not be accessed. Other stimulants include love, a burning desire for fame, a desire for power, music, friendship, a mastermind alliance, mutual suffering, autosuggestion, fear, and narcotics and alcohol. When left to its own devices, sexual energy can become detrimental, uncontrollable, and even destructive. However, if guided by the emotions of love and romance, it becomes a constructive force that can break down the barriers between the finite mind of humans and the infinite intelligence. Principle 11. The subconscious mind, the connecting link. The subconscious mind works day and night and consists of a field of consciousness in which every impulse of thought, positive or negative, reaches the mind through any of the 5 senses and is classified and recorded. These records can be called upon at a later time to retrieve thoughts. The subconscious mind is the connecting link between the finite mind of man and the infinite intelligence. It is the intermediary through which one may draw upon the forces of infinite intelligence at will. You can think of your subconscious mind as the gateway to the infinite intelligence. You cannot fully control your subconscious mind. However, you can plant seeds within it to help give rise to your desires and purpose. The subconscious mind will then begin to act upon your burning desires and manifest them into their physical form. It is more susceptible to thoughts mixed with feelings and emotions. Negative emotions automatically find their way into your thoughts, and positive emotions need to intentionally be injected into the mind through autosuggestion. Positive and negative emotions cannot occupy the mind at the same time. One or the other must dominate. It is your responsibility to make sure that positive emotions constitute the dominating influence of your mind. The major positive emotions are desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. The major negative emotions are fear, jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, superstition, and anger. If you are repeatedly filling your mind with positive emotions through autosuggestion, there will be no room for negative emotions to flourish. Principle 12. The brain, a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. The brains of every human are like broadcasting stations, capable of receiving vibrations of thought which are sent out by other brains. The creative imagination is the receiving side. Our subconscious is the transmitting side. In order to transmit your message out into the universe, autosuggestion is used. These vibrations are like the intangible forces all around us that control our lives and are completely unseen. The power of your mind is like the unseen forces of gravity. We can't see or touch it, but we know that it's there. Principle 13. The sixth sense, the door to the temple of wisdom. This principle is the apex of the philosophy, and it can only be applied once you have mastered all of the other principles. Through this principle, you can access the infinite intelligence without any effort or demands. The sixth sense is the part of the mind which gives you insights and guidance towards your desires, in the form of hunches and inspiration, and it can be better understood through meditation and mental development from within. With the sixth sense, you will be warned of impending dangers to avoid and given advanced insight into opportunities that you can embrace. The sixth sense can be thought of as a guardian angel that will open the temple of wisdom to you at all times. Epilogue: How to outwit the 6 ghosts of fear. 6 basic fears. There are 6 basic fears which all humans face at some point in their lives. The fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. The 3 enemies. If you want to be successful and achieve your desires, you first need to eliminate 3 enemies from your life. They are indecision, doubt, and fear. If any of these negative elements are in your mind, it will suppress the 6th sense and disconnect you from the infinite intelligence. These enemies are closely related and conspire to infiltrate your mind. Indecision stems from fear. Indecision creates doubt, and when the 2 are combined, they create fear. When you give in to fear, you let other people's decisions guide you. You let negative opinions influence you. You need to think and act for yourself. You cannot control most things in life, but there is only one thing that you have absolute control over, and that's your mind. You either control your mind or it controls you. The most practical of all methods for controlling the mind is a habit of keeping it busy with a definite purpose backed by a definite plan. People who do not succeed have one distinguishing trait in common. They know all the reasons for failure and have what they believe to be airtight alibis to explain away their own lack of achievement. But you can't use your alibis to pay for things, and no one cares about all the reasons why you failed. The world only wants to know one thing: have you achieved success? If I had money, if I had a good education, if I didn't have a wife and family, if I could get a job, if only I had time, if times were better, if the economy was better, if I'd been given a chance in life, if other people didn't have it in for me, if only I were younger, if I could only do what I want, if I had been born rich, if I could meet the right people, if only I had embraced my past opportunities, if I could save some money, if my family just understood me, if I could just get a break, and on and on and on. The worst part is, people cling to these alibis because they created them. And a person's alibi is the child of their own imagination. It is human nature to defend one's own brainchild. How you can get started with Think and Grow Rich. First, have a burning desire. What do you want to achieve in your life, be it monetary or otherwise? Weak desires bring weak results. So what is your burning desire? Make your desire your own. Don't live someone else's desire. That is your first step. Second, create a clear written statement following the 6 steps that we covered in the video. Don't hesitate if you currently don't have all the details or answers on how you're going to achieve that desire, but just get started now. Third, begin using auto-suggestion morning and night. Start planting the seeds of your desire into your subconscious mind. Flush out all your negative thought patterns. Replace it with a money-conscious state. We want our subconscious mind working in harmony with us and not against us. And don't forget that idle minds create the poverty consciousness. Fourth, what specialized knowledge do you need to attain your desire? Remember that nothing is for free in this life, so what are you going to give in return for the money that you desire? Get to work seeking the knowledge that you need, which is conducive to your burning desire. Are you going to find the specialized knowledge on Instagram, Facebook, Netflix? Most probably not. So make sure you make more time for this specialized knowledge and less time for useless cat memes. Fifth, start working on your creative imagination muscles. If you can't vividly imagine your desire, then how do you expect to achieve it? You need to mix your auto-suggestion with this creative imagination. See the money in your bank account. See yourself already living that desire. Make sure you go to that place regularly in your mind. Sixth, persistence. Use the 8 ways we covered to build a persistent state of mind and persist until your desire is fulfilled. Seventh, don't forget that if you're someone that finds it hard to reach decisions easily, it could be contributing to your failures in life. Look at the people around you who end up living their lives in ways that they never wanted to live. And it's just because they fell into the habit of indecision. Your decision making should be in alignment with your burning desire. So if someone is asking you to do something that is not in alignment, just say no. Get comfortable with saying no more often, unless it is a hell yes. Eighth, you can reach your desire faster by 1, forming a mastermind, 2, through positive mind stimulants, or 3, sexual desire, which is the most powerful mind stimulant. If you can harness this energy and not always seek it in its physical form, you can guide the energy towards your burning desire. Hill may have been referring to what some people nowadays consider the benefits of the NoFap theory, which is heightened awareness, more focus, lower levels of stress, decreased laziness, etc. Think of all these like your rocket boosters that will give you more speed. Any of the 7 positive emotions we covered are the fuel for your subconscious mind, and they will keep the 7 negative emotions out of your mind as often as possible. 9th, once you have mastered all those steps, your faith in yourself to achieve your desire will grow. Your ability to communicate with the infinite intelligence will increase, and whether you want to believe in the infinite intelligence or the sixth sense is up to you. You can think of it in the supernatural sense that Napoleon Hill refers to it as, or you can think of these concepts as a heightened state of mind whereby our thoughts are more actively seeking solutions to the problems we need to solve to achieve our burning desire. In parting, I would remind you that life is a checkerboard, and the player opposite you is time. If you hesitate before moving or neglect to move promptly, your mem will be wiped off by time. You are playing against a partner who will not tolerate indecision. You have the privilege of creating in your own mind a burning desire. No one can judge it, no one can take it away from you. There is no penalty if you create a desire, but for not having any desire in life, the price is failure. The reward is worthy of your effort. Will you make the start? Just before you jump off, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you're a book lover like myself, let me know in the comments below if there is a book that you would love to see me summarize in the future. Many people requested this book, Think and Grow Rich, and although it takes me quite a while to actually make the videos, when many people suggest a book, I do eventually get around to doing it. So if you like the content today, please hit the like button, and please consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Here are some links to other books that have already been summarized on the channel that you can also check out. Thank you so much.